Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing our competition hair. As you can see, it may seem a little hard, but it's really not. It's just two French braids, a poof, a straight pony, and your bow. I pre-straightened my hair before the video, so it will be a little bit faster. Obviously, you're going to want to straighten your hair because it looks a little better when it's all straight and all put together, and it's a little easier too. On top of that, you're going to want your hair a little dirty. I know that sounds gross, but it really helps in the long run to make sure that everything stays together, because if your hair is really silky and soft and freshly washed, it's hard to keep the braids and the poofs together. And also on top of that, you could make your poof a little bit higher or a little lower, and you can make your ponytail higher so your bow fits higher. Just for this video, I put a little bit too many bobby pins in the back. For competition, we will probably be having a higher pony, but this is just the effects so that you can see how to get more of the front part. I really hope you like it. It's really not that hard. It should take some time. You're going to need a lot of bobby pins. You're going to need a lot of hairspray. I have this whole big can, and I use quite a bit. You're also going to want maybe some clips and hair ties. Other than that, it's really easy. You just take the time and try it and practice it, and I really hope you guys like it, so stay tuned and watch the video. Hey guys, so the best thing to do is to have unwashed hair. As gross as that sounds, you're going to want to make sure that your hair is 1 or 2 days old without washing it, because the oil and the texture in your hair helps hold the braids and the poof. Because during cheerleading, you don't want your hair to fall. So one of the best things that I do to help texturize my hair is use dry shampoo, but if you don't have dry shampoo, you could just have a little baby powder. All you have to do is add a tiny bit at the roots, and you just take your fingers and run in it. That's going to help grab any extra oil so that it doesn't look shiny, and it adds some texture. I pre-straightened my hair because for the sake of the video, you don't want it long, but you're going to want it pinned straight, super straight. So I find that the best thing to do is to take your hair by sections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these rat tail kind of combs, go from the arches of your eyebrows and go straight up and go to almost where the crown, the top of your head is. And this section is going to be your poof. You could even go a little bit more if you want to add a little bit more hair, because you want to make sure that you have enough hair to do your braids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this off for later. I'm going to take one of these big clips and twist it out of the way. Next, you're going to take from your ears and go back. This will be your braids. You're just going to want to pull them out. And then all this hair back here will be your ponytail. I'm just going to pull it back so it doesn't get in my way. You have your two sections. What you're going to do, you're going to take the very front section, about 1 inch long, width, and you're going to take it into 3 parts. You're pretty much going to French braid it back to your scalp, and then you're just going to do normal braids. Just pick up a piece, put it over the middle, and then from the bottom, closest to your ear, you're going to pick up a small piece and cross it over to the middle. You're going to want to do this tight so it doesn't fall. So your top piece, you're just going to grab another piece from the top and cross it over to the middle. You're going to repeat this process all the way. Now that you have no more hair to grab, you're just going to keep braiding it down. You won't have to go all the way down, because once you have your ponytail up, you're going to add this in, so it'll be up. So about where you think your ponytail is, you might want to go a little past it, just so that in case you make sure that you have enough, but you can always undo some braiding once you get to your ponytail. I have these tiny little elastics. You're going to want tiny elastics like this so that no one can see them. So that's one braid down, and that took me probably less than a minute. So it's not very hard. Just with some practice, you'll be able to get it. So now I'm going to start on the other side, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take it into 3 small sections. I'm going to go over from the bottom, over from the top. Now with my bottom, I grab a tiny piece, go back over and make it the middle. Take my top, grab a little piece, and bring it and make it now the middle. Okay, now that we're done, we're going to work on the poof. A lot of people find that this is the hardest part, but it's really not that hard if you just take your time and do it by sections. So the most important thing is to make sure that your first layer in the front is kept smooth and doesn't have any bumps and it's all tight together. But as you can see, there's different sections what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pull this off to the side, and I'm going to go back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start teasing all of these sections. Personally, I like to just tease my hair and then I spray it. Other people like to spray, then tease, then spray again. So I like to pull it up high, and I grab my comb, and you just start lightly back combing. A lot of people think that this is really bad for your hair. It's not that good for your hair, but if you're careful and you're not going and tugging down like this, and you're just lightly pulling it down, it doesn't cause as much damage. Of course, you don't want to do this on an everyday basis, but for every once in a while, it's okay. And really, it's more about how you're taking it out, like in the end, at the end of the night, how you're going to take it all out. So then I just take a little bit of hairspray, and I just like to spray him. So see how he's sticking up by himself? That's what you're trying to go for. It's generally better to do a little bit more teasing than you think you need, because you can always smooth it down and do less, just kind of do less later. But if you do less teasing from the beginning, you're not going to be able to keep it up. And you want to get it down by the root. You want to make sure that the most volume's there. You don't want the volume all the way up here or down here, of course, because you don't want your poof to be like snooky. You know, you want it cute and just a little guy in the front. So right now I look like a totally 80s rocker, and that's what I'm going for. So in the front I like to be a little less, and then here we take the last guy, and you only want to tease just a tiny bit just to keep him, and then you're just going to take him and smooth him over. Already it doesn't look as messy. Then you're just going to take more of a wide set, or if you have a smoothing brush, which I usually like to use, but I didn't have it on me, you just lightly brush over it. You don't want to be brushing into the poof because you don't want to brush out all the tease, but you just want to lightly go over it so it's not as crazy. And then you're going to take your hands like Barbie style, and you're going to go back from the same spots that it was, and you're just going to form it into the style you want. Depending on your face shape, you can make it lower or higher for whatever you're more comfortable with. Of course, you're going to want it at least 2 inches to 1.5 inches high, because you don't want it just like a ding. You want it to be somewhat there. But I'm just smoothing it and making it how I like. I personally like a bigger poof because I have the face shape for it, and I used to do this all the time when I was younger. So I'm kind of used to it, and I took a lot of time and practice how to do this. And if you ever find that one side's higher than the other, you can just go back and just re-tease it. Okay, so now that all the main front part is done, I added a couple more bobby pins and everything. If it's not 100% perfect, it's okay. You could just go in with more bobby pins and more hairspray. But now for the main part, your bow. So with your bow, you're gonna wanna put it behind your poof, pretty much on top of all those bobby pins to hide it. And if you have thick hair, only wrap it once. If you have thinner hair, maybe 2 times. I like to wrap it around 2. Just because you cannot have the band snap on your bow. It's #1 rule, can't have that to snap. So obviously you want to make it even, tighten it down so that's all in place. So now usually I find, normally you're going to want it up a little higher, like that. Normally you're going to want it up a little higher, but for today, it's okay. And then when you have your bow, to make sure that it's not going like this the whole time, you can use bobby pins, but I like to use these snap clips, these normal hair clips. And what you're going to take is the ears of your bow, like so in front, and you're just going to snap, go up into the middle, like catch into your hair, and just snap them down. Like I said, usually you're going to want it higher than this, so it's more up here, but I have so many bobby pins in right now that it's kind of hard to get it. So it just snaps. And that way, when you go like this, so you're moving, it's not going to fall out. So now, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to tease up your ponytail so it's high and big. Okay, so what you're going to do is you have multiple layers, obviously, to your hair. You're going to take a section out, and that is it's almost like you're doing the poof again, but to your bow. So just pull it down in front, and you're just going to start teasing in sections to make it look really big. Now obviously you don't want to tease too low because you don't want your ponytail to look like a rat's nest. You just want to give it more volume so it's higher than the bow and it's not just like a limp ponytail. And you can make it higher or lower depending on how thin or thick your hair is. I just personally like higher ponytails. I think it's cute. So now, for the last section, you're just going to tease it a little bit. Just in the back, not the front. And then kind of smooth it over and just kind of brush out the pony. Don't brush out too much of the tease, but at least just make sure the bottom is all nice and straight still. Then you could go under and just kind of spray it under there with the tease. And what I like to do is to take your ponytail and just lift it all up and spray it. Spray it all on the top. And that kind of helps keep the lift. And just kind of smooth her all back down. If you have a mirror in the back, that can help you see a little better. And then the last thing is just spray it all over. And if there's still any spots that you'd like to fix, or you want your poof a little higher, or you want your bow a little closer to your head, that's when you would just do your last minute touch-ups. Okay guys, so this is the final look. 2 side braids, your bump, straight pony, and your bow. It just takes some time and a little bit of practice and everything and you'll get it. I mean really it's just a lot of hairspray, a lot of bobby pins, and you know, just keep trying. You know, if you mess up, just try it again. Like you could do it the next day. It's not that hard, you know, like everything comes with practice. You know, you learn a whole routine that takes weeks to learn. It's the same thing with hair and makeup. It's really just a learning process and not giving up and just keep trying. So I really hope you guys like it, and I can't wait to see you guys in competition.